Sorry, everybody.
Again!
We have stupid Wi-Fi because it's raining a lot here, and everyone in North Carolina understands this problem. It's just going to keep dropping unless I go on cellular, and here we are on cellular. This is what Skim It looks like on cellular, I guess.
It's exactly the same. It's just different on you.
Are you sure? It looks different to me somehow.
Sure. You're in charge.
Alright, hey, look, you got a notification. We're actually live.
And I didn't look at it until you said that.
This is a... I fooled you. I'm just waiting for everyone to come back and realize that we're not going to keep dropping. We're not going to keep dropping. That's it. I'm on expensive cellular service now. Does it look fancy and expensive? Hi, everybody. Spared no expense. I'm just like John Hammond right now.
We just love them so much.
My husband's gonna be like, "What did you do today?" I did things. All right, I'm gonna have to go crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do Marvel first because I can. Hey, I have books that I have to read because I'm just a big fan and I can't not read them. So that's the way it goes. All right. Book I picked up this week that I was like, hey, I'm not going to care about this book, and I'm going to get to say something that I don't care about. Was stinking awesome. And it's written by Dennis Hopeless, which I always want to make fun of his stuff because I always think I don't like it, but then this week I like it. So, all right. Journey to Mystery, Birth of Krakoa, which is the living island, if you didn't know that. This is really awesome because it kind of feels like a book written straight in the 70s. It has old Nick Fury, not old Nick Fury, but Nick Fury from back in the day, and his Howling Commandos, including if you like Dum Dum Dugan, which I do. Love him very much. He's totally in this book. Alright, so Nick Fury takes his Howling Commandos, including Jim Dum Dum Dugan, and they're on this like secret they're trying to go do something really cool. But the problem is that there's a giant nuke on another plane that they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. And it gets dropped onto this island. And this book is about their adventure and the birth of Krakoa. It has that same feeling and coolness of the old books. So just when you thought you were going to get to skip a #1 from Marvel because you didn't care about it, it's a good book. Man. All right. Speaking of another one, thought you'd be able to skip because you're like, oh, it's a #5. No one's going to care. But it's an Amazing Spider-Man written by Nick Spencer, which means you're going to totally have to read it because that's the way it goes. When last we saw Pete and Spidey were completely separated. Pete was trying to enjoy his life with Mary Jane as just a completely separate thing, but realized that all of the things that made him kind of like important and not just average Pete were in Spidey. And then Spidey was realizing that all the things that made him smart and not just a dude that liked to make quips about stuff and eat food. I don't know. Spidey and Pete need each other very badly. They're no good without each other. Really, really no good without each other. So this adventure is about them trying to figure out, well, not Spidey because he doesn't care, right? All he cares is about making quips and not being a very good hero because he doesn't understand the responsibility part of it. Yeah, he understands power but not the responsibility. And so this is a really great adventure about them getting back together, hopefully, and trying to make those things match well. All right, and just when you wanted to feel apathetic about the Fantastic Four again, nope. Issue 2 is the one. If they could have put 1 and 2 together, they would have broken the world. But, of course, they wanted to give us a little bit of reason to get back to it. So, in this issue, you get to see what all the Richards have been up to. You get to see more about why Franklin is the most powerful of them all, including, according to this issue, more powerful than the Hulk or any other Avenger you've ever imagined. So he has got so much power, he can actually create universes. Do you remember that? That Franklin Richards can create universes? And that's what he's been doing with his family. So, what are you doing?
I'm asking Hot Pocket to get me water because my throat hurts really bad and if
Okay.
I just too much I can't.
Just say it out loud because he doesn't know what this means.
Hot Pocket, will you give me some water, please?
Hot Pocket's a person, by the way.
Yes.
Jenny's the only person that calls him Hot Pocket.
I don't
It's
even
really
know
Steve.
why.
Okay.
I
He's
don't
awesome.
even know why.
I don't know why. She just calls him Hot Pocket. Alright, and so this is the issue where you get to see them get back together. No spoiler alert because you know they have to eventually. But the reason why you have to have this one is you actually get to see the bad guy or girl in this issue. You get to see the real reason for Fantastic Four being who they are and getting back together. And it's full of crosses and double crosses, which I know I love. Alright, and Infinity Wars, number 3, not to be missed for any reason. You must absolutely own this book this week. You will thank me for making you get this book. This is the one where you get first appearances of all the new amalgamated characters and the why they exist. This book, buy it.
Which one, Jen?
Hey guys, I think you should get that book.
What book should I get this week, Jen?
I don't know, if you've got $5.99 laying around or whatever this costs, $4.99,
$4.99.
you might
I don't
just
know.
want to get Infinity Wars.
But if you only have $1.50,
Ooh,
okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce this Exilium.
I think that's
I
right.
think.
You're right.
If you like sci-fi adventures and
Sparkly water. Jenny talked about water, so now I'm thirsty.
My throat is just like start gagging because I can't breathe.
essentially,
You know, I got water. I'm okay now.
general rundown, aliens have come to Earth a while ago, and they may have accidentally brought their enemies with them, but they were seeking refuge on Earth, so Earth decided to help them after long. So now they have to take care of business.
I love it. And for
It's so great.
$1.15.
Yeah.
It's a 6-issue series.
It's
All right.
really good.
Speaking of alternative comics that you really need to get, I know it seems like we're skipping. We're trying to
No,
get
I only have
closer,
4 hours to
closer
take
to
your
this.
time.
All right. This is a 3-issue limited series by Alterna, also $1.50. This one feels like you're reading like someone's stats for a D&D game, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these are all the creatures that are in this game and why they exist and their back histories and what their powers are and who killed who and who's related to who and who had which. So that's what this book feels like. So if you love
Okay.
reading about characters and how they interact and why they matter to each other, this is setting up, I'm sure, the rest of the story. But this is everyone's background of anyone that's ever touched this main character. The main character, I think, I might be wrong, I'm just guessing, is going to be this guy who gets introduced on the last page. And I'm talking about last page. Sorry. All our ads are in this book, by the way. It's crazy. Meek! I'm hoping that Meek is the main character and he gets to say something at some point because everything else is just them. Huh?
Are we allowed to do that now?
Probably not. I probably just broke all the rules. It came out on Wednesday. Don't tell anyone. Shh. Doesn't really tell you anything.
No.
It came out on Wednesday. I love this
Plus everything.
anthology so much. You have no idea. So
I love the covers that they do for
a gajillion stories, all the, just any kind of story that you like. It's got a little anthology in here. Some of them are 1 page or 2 pages. It has I was really looking forward to, so Mr. Crypt, which was one of the kid titles, has a rat in it called Baron Rat, and he has a 2-page little story in here.
Oh yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Good.
And the other cool thing that you need to know about for this book is that it has this neat short story contest. It says support your local comic shop for a chance to win a $200 Alterna Comics prize pack. Now, when Alterna Comics has $1.50 books or $2 books, a $200 prize pack probably means everything they've ever made or ever want to make. And probably, who knows, some t-shirts. I don't know. All you need to do is go to any comic shop, anywhere, and take a picture with any Alterna book with your phone, and then hashtag the shop and Alterna. Instructions are in here. I mean, it costs you nothing.
Are we allowed to do it?
Are you allowed to do it as a personal person? Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna go to that over.
Go take a picture there. And hashtag it and whatever. You can do it anywhere you want. It has to be a comic shop. You gotta hashtag it. Alterna. Do the contest.
Do what?
$200. Your turn.
My turn?
You wanna go? We'll do it.
It's her
Go
turn.
ahead, because
No,
mine's,
it's your
mine's
turn, 'cause
insanely giant.
you haven't done one. I've already done one.
Let's start with Rising Omega.
Rising Omega has the cutest cover.
I
It's a
know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Look at Lockjaw.
Okay, so
Alright, you guys can see it's really far away.
Lockjaw. Super
We
cute.
can show you that.
Yeah.
By the way, should have the book so far away there's no way you can see it.
Yeah. So we start out with everyone in what kind of seems like a video game, but it turns out it's something Arcade has created, which I guess is the bad guy.
Oh.
And he has an Ember in a machine, and Ember's emulator now. So she discovered her powers in a different book, and she kind of grew bad. She's the one that went and got with someone she found on that was like telling her what to do over the internet.
Okay.
So he has now trapped her, and he is using her for evil. They figure it out, and things turn around. But it's a really good book. It kind of ties into a lot of other books, but you could figure it out just by picking that one up.
Yeah. So Marvel Rising was like an alpha, and then they had some
It was
name book. Was it Squirrel Girl, Marvel Girl, or something like that?
Squirrel Girl and Ms. Marvel.
And I read that a couple
And
weeks
then
ago.
they
and
switched it,
ties
and then
in.
it was Ms. Marvel and Squirrel Girl.
And then this.
Yeah, so it
And
ties
then-
into all that.
There were a
which
few
I
different
read
ones.
other
Yeah,
weeks.
there were a couple of
So
them.
you don't have to read a gajillion books to read this book. And it wasn't meant for like kids, but I think it's great for teens probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I mean,
That
parents
one is
always
kid friendly though. There's no language. There's no.
gauge based on what their kids can read, because I think this one's.
Yeah, I mean, read it first, but I can see a kid read it.
So this one is Welcome to Wonderland from Boom Box, which is for teens. And
She was willing to thumb war me for this one, by the way. I just gave in really easily and didn't even go for the war.
so this is Belle, and her favorite place to go to is Wonderland, which is an amusement park, which has kind of gone downhill in the more recent years. Their lights haven't been replaced. The updates for their rides haven't been great. So she decides, I'm just gonna look and see what else there is here. After, getting the mantra of the place stuck in her head. So, which I'm going to leave that as a surprise, because it's super funny. And so she opens the staff-only door, and it's a total portal to the real Wonderland.
Oh, surprise!
Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because it's super good, and the artwork is really great, and,
It does look really like
yeah,
manga Disney.
yeah, totally. It's really, really good,
Cool.
and I can't wait to read the next one.
It's a video about
It's
people that
it's
died
number one
at
of 4,
Disney
so.
World.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to do the Dark Horse books that I read this week. Mystery Science Theater 3000. The setup is really, really cool for this book. So you're wondering how in the world are going to do a comic book about guys that get forced to watch movies by their evil overlords that control their oxygen supply as they circle the Earth in their satellite. That's what the Mystery Science Theater is. They're like,
Conspiracy.
no, it's just like they get stuck there. But that's
No, but that would be a really good conspiracy to have.
I guess so.
If you're
But the
gonna be...
movies that they're forced to watch are horrible movies.
Okay.
They're really dumb movies. And so they basically sit around and make fun of them. And so that's kind of the setup for this book. They actually realize that, hey, we can actually force them with this super weird contraption we figured out to appear in comic books. And have to live out the comic book in which they can make fun of it. So that's the setup, and so I'm not going to tell you what style of comic book they get forced to be into. They get forced into a comic book, and they get to make fun of it while they're there, and it's hilarious. So that's how the series is going to go. You're going to get a different style of comic book every week, I guess, or every month, and enjoy them totally making fun of it, like usual.
Turtle.
All right, really twisty books. The Seeds. This is the number 2 of this series. Burger books, so you know that it's Karen Berger's been all over it as an editorial, and made it even more awesome than it could ever be. So let's see. The thing you need to know about the Seeds is there are aliens in this book, who may or not be seeding some people on Earth, girls. And on the Earth itself, there's a giant wall. On one side of the wall, there are what are called the Luddites, who don't do technology, or have had technology taken away from them. And then the rest of society on the other side. So this book is about someone who goes over to the other side on purpose. And the interaction between these aliens and the people that they may or may not be seeding. And you'll understand the turtle when you read the book.
Aha.
You want to do heart? Okay, good. How to choose?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Catwoman.
Okay.
Catwoman number 3. Ice.
I didn't read it, but I love Catwoman.
Yeah. So in the last issue we saw why there were a bunch of Catwomen, or people dressed up like Catwoman running around. We see some more background here of the people that hired them. Catwoman meets with them, and there's some plot twisty things and some major story parts. Don't miss it.
If you like
It's
Catwoman,
so good.
If you like Catwoman,
Yeah,
It's a good.
it is very, very
it's
good. It's really good.
It's good.
I'm going to do a bunch of image. That's the same book, but I wanted to show you the alternative cover. But commercial break. Sorry, that's for fans of Gumball. I wanted to mention that there are lots of good Valiant books out this week that I couldn't get to, including Ninja K. And an awesome Vault book can't miss, and I'm going to have to read later, Wasted Space, because I really enjoy one of the characters, Blue Abs.
Did you say abs?
Yeah, he has blue abs. You can hire him as an escort.
And Oddwall
He's
number,
also a religious figure. I don't
Oddwall
even,
number 2.
it's like a craziest series you've ever wanted to read about debauchery and fun. Okay, let's see.
Good things out.
Oh, all the good image stuff. Well, there's a lot of it, but I'm going to do the number 1s first. Cemetery Beach. I had no idea what this book is about. You're not going to be able to tell at all from the cover, but it is sci-fi. Total sci-fi. So let's see. How to explain? You meet a character at the very beginning who's been clearly captured as being interrogated. But what you find out is that he has been sent to infiltrate and figure out what's going on in these. Long ago, we figured out how to go to other planets, and we hurled people out into the planets, and they've moved on and are doing their own thing, but they don't really know anything about what they call origin. I think the origin. So he's been sent forward to see what they know and what they're up to. And it's full of crazy insanity for violence, and he's awesome. He's like the most kick booty guy ever. And he's naked in the first issue. You don't see anything, but he's naked. right, and don't be confused by the Roman numerals. I have deciphered it for you with my supercomputer known as Google's.
Yeah.
It says 1975, which isn't, well, it's 19, that's a million, and that's minus 100, or sorry, 1,000, and that's minus 100, so that's 9, and that's 1,000, so that's 19, and I'm sorry, I'll stop teaching you how to
Could
read.
have just asked me.
Would you have known how to do Roman numerals?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, that's 1975. It has nothing to do with the book at all, except for the music that's being played and is referenced to by, because there's a DJ saying what he's playing on the night channel, is all 1975 awesomeness, I think. It's at least 70s music. But what it's really
Early
about,
70s
and it's super trippy, is that the main character is this awesome woman who drives around a cab at night, and it's her interactions with her fare takers and the things she has to protect them from. So just imagine that she encounters many red-clothed ninjas trying to get one of her guys somewhere and has to get out and destroy them with her lightning saber or tire iron. I don't know. I'm just telling you what it is. It's so cool. So like the imagery is all like
Lightning.
cool middle of New York City 70s clothes and cabs,
And lightning.
and then her kicking booty.
With lightning.
Sure, it's really good. I didn't know what to think about it. Usually, like the conventional wisdom is like no one can read the numbers, so no one's going to pick up the book. But don't do that. Pick it up because it's awesome.
Read it.
Read it, read it, and then Weatherman, number 4.
Read it.
It has almost none of Nathan in it.
Aww.
Read it.
Little bit of flashback about his interaction. It's mostly about the actual, you get to actually see what happens when humanity gets destroyed. You get to see the actual sword of God weapon, whatever it is. And a little bit more hints about who may have been responsible for it. So the series is Nathan, who is a weatherman, hence the name, gets blamed for the destruction of the earth, that he was in control or somehow of the sword of God that destroyed all of humankind. He has no idea what they're talking about, by the way. And so,
I wrote a rap
the mystery
about
gets
the
deeper.
first three.
yes, there are raps out there on are they all on our YouTube?
They're on our Facebook.
On Facebook, if you want to
There is
listen to the
a
raps.
rap for the first 3.
Love it. Should post them to the
YouTube?
YouTubes.
That's not meant to skim it. Okay. It says
Hey,
meant
it's
to
a
skim
YouTube
it
still.
channel.
YouTubes for whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll put it on YouTube tonight,
It
guys.
says Space Cadets Live is alive.
It wasn't live.
Okay, well, whenever it's live eventually. Alright, go ahead.
Superman, number 3, versus the unstoppable Rogal Zar. Earth is still in the Phantom Zone, and of course, that's where Rogal Zar is.
Oh no.
Big things are happening, and pretty art, and I can't say anything about this book because it's all spoilery.
Uh-oh.
Other than, I mean, if I say it's really spoilery, you should probably not miss it.
Yes.
It's
So,
important.
Phantom Zone. And
The whole
Suits.
planet Earth is in the Phantom Zone.
Oh, man.
And Earth is not supposed to be in the Phantom Zone, so
Not as far as I know.
definitely not.
Are you sure?
I am positive. Bad things are happening, so.
You did!
I got it.
I got it. This is by Ahoy Comics. I love their name. Ahoy. The Wrong Earth.
The wrong Earth. So Dragonfly Man. That's who we got in this one.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. So I guess they started out in some sort of trap and it's Kim's sidekick. And they get out. I don't really know who put them in the trap, but they do get out. Then we have some various like fighting scenes, team up a little. Then the cops like hurt him like they didn't, and that's kind of all I can get into. But there is some chaos going on.
Do you want
I'm
that?
not sure where it's going. There is chaos.
know
I
which
just
cover
don't
I
know
want,
where
though.
it's going. There's something going on though.
There's something going on. Are there two heroes, or is this the same person in different costumes?
I can't tell based on the cover, but there is a hero and a sidekick. But that looks like they're both him. I guess he has
different.
multiple outfits.
I don't know. It looks really cool.
It was a good book. It wasn't super understandable, but it was a good book. I mean, all I know is there's conspiracy. I can tell you that much.
Conspiracy. What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If
Yeah, I
I
want
tell
them
you
all.
any more, then you won't want to read it.
I'm
Not
gonna
as
get this
exciting.
cover too, of course.
It is exciting, but if I tell you what happens, why would you read it, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. I'm gonna read these two, and then we'll have evens again. Woohoo!
Yay!
All right. Zenoscope. Grim Tales of Terror. This is their special for Halloween.
It's scary.
It's not terrifying, but it's great ghost stories, man.
It's not even October yet.
So well, everyone thinks about it a lot earlier than you think.
Okay.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are like, as soon as they can, they start putting out their
Oh, yeah.
stories.
People are like, it's only August. I'm like, but it's almost Halloween.
You either get, there are two types of people in the world. There are the people who love Halloween, and there are the people who like Christmas.
Yes.
There's some people that are like totally about both.
I'm not.
I prefer Halloween, but that's after working at Hallmark for multiple
Oh, man.
Christmases.
So anyway, this is one story, but it's essentially a character telling another character a bunch of spooky stories. So, and they're really quite good. So if you like stories about creepy dolls that have been imbued with the spirits of dead children, or
Fun!
or a creepy backstory about why pumpkins exist. That's the one. It has like 3 covers, like always. Everything from Zenoscope always has 3 covers.
Yeah, this one looks super fun.
All right, so this one I didn't have any idea what to think about because it doesn't give me a very good, like, what is it from the cover? But I will tell you guys, it's amazing. So Low Road West. So these guys are all kind of refugees. So this is America. Some giant catastrophe has happened, and they're on a bus supposed to go to a refugee camp. So these guys are all from Washington, D.C. And they run out of gas, and their these are kids, by the way. They run out of gas, and their bus driver just gets off the bus, gets on a bike, and leaves them in the middle of the desert.
What?
Burning Man!
No lie, just leaves them.
Burning Man, Jenny.
So
I mean,
it's
like
gonna
it's a
be.
dust storm, so
So it's basically going to be about their survival together. They're going to have to band
it
together.
looks super cool.
And so there's a sister and brother team there, and spoiler alert, there is something different about this kiddo that is not running a mill normal. And that's the big twist in the book. It's not just necessarily about them surviving, but there's something else going on too.
All right, Jenny, your turn.
Diddy!
Yeah.
Iceman's back!
Iceman. Yes.
Iceman number 1!
Okay. So yeah, Iceman Bobby is back. But how did it start? It started with him kicking a little butt, and it talked about the backstory about how the city had been run by what was the city run by? Sorry guys. Something with flames, I think. It must have been flames if you could take it out with ice, right?
Was it when Mephisto had taken over?
Yes.
Hey! Tied into the main storyline of Marvel. Perfect.
So it starts off with history of that, but not really action of that. And it goes on to him being a teacher, and he creates a team. And it's like, where'd you find him? Dark web. Okay then.
Sounds like what teachers do. Surf the dark web looking for teams.
It basically builds upon the creating and fighting of a team.
Only
There's
Bobby
a
Green.
very twist ending.
That's
Super twist ending. But
I
yeah,
guess
the
putting
highlight
a,
would be dark web.
And I guess putting a Craigslist ad out.
No, that's like nothing.
I wonder what kind of team you would get if you just put out like a Craigslist ad.
I mean,
Probably
that's what
not
Deadpool
good,
did, right?
We ended with like one person with actual powers and a bunch of
Craigslist
people that
is.
thought they
Have
were.
you seen Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yes, it's awesome. I guess we do know exactly what happened.
That was my reference. All right. I'm saving this one for last, but I also love this book. Yes, because I'm not caught up, so I didn't read it.
Go ahead, you
but-
keep going. Don't pay attention to us.
So Hawkman, number 4. So in the first 3 issues, he's been kind of trying to track down his past. Sometimes it ends, sometimes he's able to just sit and talk with them. Most of the time not. And in this one he kind of goes to another world, and he has to
What?
Don't know who you are without your hat right now.
Without my hat?
You came in with a hat. My brain was like, "There's something wrong with that. She's never had on."
Well, I haven't washed my hair, so.
Man, it's a very complex story, just in general for Hawkman.
But
It's
by Herdars.
Yes, and if you like Hawkman, you're getting to see all of his different lives is the simplest way to put it. And in the back of the Hawkman book, it has all of his different lives. Yeah, his different reincarnations, with which books they appeared in first.
Ooh,
So-
go and hunt back.
Yes.
Back into
Yes,
the
which I love.
fun.
Yes.
Where am I do my two? Because I'm gonna end with that one.
Yes.
Hot Lunch Special number 2, Elliot Rahal from Aftershock. So remember in the first issue, you find out that there is kind of like a mob rule between these people that are actually they make food for like convenience stores and vending machines.
Oh, that
So-
explains the vending machine.
So one's trying to do. One sends his kids, relatives, they're mob guys. Okay, so you can't always believe they're gonna follow instructions well. And in the first book, he actually goes to this person's house and he's just supposed to rough up. So they use him for a supplier, and they end up killing this person's son, which is not good. So this is the aftermath of all that hot mess. Yeah, it's
That sounds like a hot mess.
yeah, I feel like mob stories have to do with food. That's exactly what it's about.
These vending
I didn't even
machines
notice.
and for
Yeah.
Alright, Moth and Whisper. This one's got
This
a
one
lot
looks
of
super
buzz. Aftershock as well. So basically, you learn a lot about the main characters. So Moth is famous for ability to do heists with wearing disguises.
Oh, okay.
And Whisper is famous for ability to do heists but not be seen at all. So it's not about disguises at all. It's just you don't ever see this person. So I can't tell you anything else because there are lots of twists in this book. It is amazing.
That's all you need to
And there's lots of twists about the interaction between those characters and a past. So if you like heist books, you will love this book.
Alright, Jenny.
Can I do my wrap? This is my
Wrap
last one.
Wrap time.
Alright.
We got Farmhand 3.
I'll do a miss. That would be good, yeah. Okay, alright guys, here we go. Now we have Farmhand 3.0. I know I've rapped about Farmhand before, but get comfy because I'm going to do it some more. I think his name is Riley. I know he's in school. Come on, pay attention. You know that's the rule. Oh my, someone has a secret identity. I won't tell anyone, just be friends with me. So we know a special seed is where it all begun, but where did the idea come? This farm is an intern's dream come true, and there's Grandpa who is happy to see you. Wait, how did the dog get in? Oh, the security guard fell asleep again. The doctor mutant. Someone explain, please. Actually, you'll have to read it. Sorry to tease.
Awesome. Basic story in the book is that a farm makes body parts
They can't be rejected.
that can't be rejected because they're not made out of like people parts. They're organic, biological, grown like plants.
Yeah.
So, but everyone else went in on that business except for the farmer's son.
Yeah.
There's family problems
Yeah.
on the farm. There is. I feel like farmhand and hot lunch might be related.
It's a good book.
All right, what you got?
All right. This is a special variant by Dan Parent. It was my favorite. Archie, 1941, number 1 of 5 from Archie Comics. Man. Okay, so it takes place, obviously, in 1941. During the earlier stages of America getting into the war. And without giving anything away, it is graduation day for our favorites. Archie, Betty, Veronica, Reggie, and Jughead, and Moose, and the gang. And, of course, Archie's late. That's a given. And so this takes place after they've graduated during the summer, where the war just progresses more and more, and Archie's just trying to think about what he should be doing with his life, and he can't figure it out. So,
Is he gonna join?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
All right, and I did not read Wonder Woman number 54, although I would have liked to try to fit it in. But I did want to show you this Jenny Frison alternate cover. This is the one I mentioned in the title. So that's the flamin' hot cover. That's the B cover for this book this week. It's amazing. It's really, really cool.
It is super pretty.
I see Gina's on. Hey, Gina's my best friend from high school. All right, everybody.
Connect.
comicshoplocator.com. Find a shop near you, and then go do that Alterna Fun comic shop competition when you're $200 worth of swag.
Yeah.
Show your love for local comic shops in your area. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.